It's time! It's time! It's JFW time! All right, guys, it's that time to get us up the ring with the greatest faction in podcast history. Just Freak Wrestling, the JFW Podcast, hosted by Travesty.
And I'm Dally.
Guys, we are back. It's been about a minute since we had a show. Dally is back from Florida after taking her much needed break from Dizzle J and myself. I guess really.
I wish I could say that's what it was.
We know that's exactly what it was. It's overwhelming, and just the aura and presence of Travesty is overwhelming for a lot of people. And you need to take a break, and you had to not only take a break, you had to leave the state to kind of like settle down, collect yourself, and get Dally back to what Dally needs to be to suffer through probably another couple months of Travesty and Dizzle J.
I mean, I can't really complain. When is Jay ever here to annoy me?
That's true.
So?
That's true. Like
you deal with him. I don't.
Yeah, yeah. But you are here. You are back.
Much has happened.
So much. Since our last episode, obviously, I think the last episode me and Dizzle J did was around WrestleMania. We did the predictions and stuff like that for NXT Takeover and WrestleMania, which we don't have to go over the results of that because obviously that happened. People know what happened. To recap the contest that we do here annually over pay-per-views, you and Dizzle J did tie on the NXT Takeover, and I did win WrestleMania, so we all got a point. Yay! It's like with society; everyone got a participation award here. So, but WrestleMania did bring a lot of cool things, like obviously showing Bobby Lashley retain his championship, AJ Styles become a Grand Slam champion with his partner Omos. Apparently, I am saying that wrong? Were you or DJ telling me that I was saying that wrong? Is it Omos?
I thought it was Omos.
Omos? Okay. Well, I want to be
almost
correct.
Omos. I mean, you get the point.
I just want to be politically correct. So
I mean, I don't think they really.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think everyone says it different.
Yeah. But Grand Slam champion AJ Styles now. We saw Sheamus win the U.S. title, which I believe has been his first title he held in WWE. For a couple of years now, since I think maybe the bar with Cesaro.
Yeah, you might be right.
So I'm pretty sure I'm right. So a lot of cool things happened with that because of WrestleMania was so long ago. We didn't get a chance to talk about it. We're going to do something a little bit new here on the show, where we're going to guest book next year's WrestleMania, and more of like what we want out of it, but also trying to get accurate on how we would think that it would work it.
Yeah, because, I mean, you know how hard it can be in a year. So much can happen in the business. There's drafts. There's people that could get signed or brought in from NXT. So it's hard to kind of book a year ahead. Right. But this is more so like what we would like to see. Absolutely,
100%. And Dally, because we did this, actually wanted to add something else that's more local to the show. And we're going to guess what champions SCW are going to have. The Southland Championship Wrestling, for those of you who don't live in the area, who the SCW champions are going to be at the end of 2021.
Going into 2022.
Yes, so we're going to go into that too. We're going to, kind of catch up on what's been going on as far as that. We're going to talk a little bit about the releases that happened over the past couple weeks. But before we do any of that, I got to let you guys know that this episode of Just Freak Wrestling, the JFW Podcast, is brought to you by Audible.com. Now, if you're just like me and you're a huge fan of books and stories and history, you're just not a big fan of reading them yourself, you feel like you want to relive your childhood where your mommy and daddy tucked you in at night and read you a story, well, now you can relive that in your 30s, you weirdos, with Audible.com. It's the one-stop shop for all audiobooks. And because here at JFW, we love you guys and wanted to give you something that you could use to better educate yourself and help you learn about stories and shit. Go to audibletrial.com/freaknet today. That'll give you a 30-day free trial of Audible plus a credit to your first book purchase. It's absolutely free to sign up and try, cancel at any time. And hey, it's a sponsor of the show, so you're helping us out by doing it. Again, go to audibletrial.com/freaknet. Sign up today. 30-day free trial plus credit to your first book purchase. Want to talk about ball wash?
No.
Nah. One day I think you might.
I don't think so.
No? Okay. Whatever.
I can't relate, so you should just do it.
What do you mean? Ball wash, not just because it's called ball wash doesn't mean it's only for men. It's for men, it's for women, etc. Okay. Yeah, JFW is also brought to you by ballwash.com. Now, you guys heard us talk about it plenty of times. It's a hygienic product for men and also women. From shampoos, conditioners, to body washes, to a ball guard that, yes, right, goes on like a lotion, dries as a powder. It's not just for your balls, it's for your thighs. Because a lot of people in this world, me especially, there's no thigh gaps anymore. Everything's all rubbing together and chafing and rashing and shit. Well, that's where Ball Guard comes in. You just put that shit on like a lotion, wait 30 seconds, and it dries like a baby powder. Clean and easy to use. It's the best thing for you. I use it because I work on the hot summer days, and obviously coming up, and I need extra guard for the ball area. It's true. How uncomfortable is it? I'm talking about my testicles right now. And we're literally like 2 feet away from each other. Right? Think I do.
Well, you are taking up like the whole desk area.
Well, it is my desk. So, next time we record the podcast at your office, you could take up more room.
Okay.
Dizzle J.
You could have given me a more comfortable chair.
Dizzle J didn't bitch when I did this to him for 3 years. I don't see why you have to do it. I could have done video, but no, you did why I fucking get all cleaned up and look nice and shit like that. Ugh.
You're the one that said that we weren't doing video. So
I'm lazy.
I didn't say shit.
It happens.
You said you didn't have the right
table?
Yeah.
I don't. The table has been used. That's the thing about sponsorships. It helps us make money to do things to where things like this don't have to happen. So, guys, help out the podcast by going to ballwash.com, picking out some awesome, amazing products, filling your cart with them, using the promo code FREAKNET, that's FREAKNET. It'll save you 15% of your entire order. That's right, ballwash.com. When it comes to your sack, they got your back.
Is that a new one?
No, that's one of the more original ones. Get that funk out of your junk. Nothing gets your wiener cleaner. There was one that I said this freaking show earlier this week. That was also funny. I can't remember it though.
Clearly wasn't that funny.
Oh, trust me. I am a hoot and a half.
A hoot?
A hoot. But Dally, we are here on the show. We are podcasting again. Welcome back. It's been a while since we've podcasted together. And I'm glad that I gave you homework so we can talk about WrestleMania, so we get that done. And then we can kind of focus on some SCW shit and all that stuff. Sound good to you?
Sounds good.
Good? Perfect. Okay, cool. All right, so let's talk about the WrestleMania card for next year. This is in Hollywood, correct? This is the one that is going to be in Hollywood?
Yes.
Cool. Perfect.
Wait. No, I think it's in Dallas.
It is in Dallas. Nice. You going to that one?
Hopefully. I want to. One way or another. I was there at 32. First time they were at AT&T. And I would love to go back.
Nice. Yeah. WrestleMania is definitely on my bucket list of things to do. And I actually wouldn't mind going to Texas to do it.
It's just like the experience itself. No matter where you're sitting. No matter what the matches are. It's just like being there and in that element is amazing.
Yeah. Now, do you think obviously we saw from this past WrestleMania, it was a 2-day event and all that stuff. Is WrestleMania going to be a 2-day event going forward? Do you think it is? Because we know obviously back in 2020, 2019, before the pandemic, before the lockdowns and all that stuff, I mean, WrestleMania ended up being like 7 hours long. To some people, that could be like too much.
But in my opinion, I know WrestleMania has always been, WrestleMania Sunday.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I wouldn't complain. Like, I think having 2 separate days is just a little bit more hard to, like, I don't know, like, people like your friend, you get to, I can't talk.
Talk about At least the video doesn't hear you could be better.
No, but, for the past, what is WrestleMania, what's next year?
35, 37.
Something like that.
19.
So over 30 years.
We're a wrestling podcast, so.
You think we would know?
I think I would know.
But for over 30 years, it's been, WrestleMania Sunday. And, I think I would rather have the one day, have it be like a 6-7 hour thing and experience it that way than separate it into 2 different days. And then, I feel like the past couple years, they kind of just threw matches together just to fill spots on the card because they had 2 days worth. I would rather have, all the title matches and the meaningful matches in one day than a bunch of unnecessary crap.
I agree with you. And I think, I know, like, one day, I would love to do, like, kind of, like, get back to, like, having, like, friends over and pay-per-view and, like, watching.
Yeah, that's what I grew up with. Every WrestleMania Sunday, get, all your wrestling friends together, barbecue, have a little bit of party kind of like, and just talk wrestling and enjoy it, Yep. It's kind of hard to do that in 2 days.
Yep. Next year's WrestleMania 38.
38?
So, yeah. So, God, we're getting close to 40. Damn. All right. Yeah, so...
Yeah, definitely would love to go to Dallas next year.
Yeah, so... Well, maybe we'll get JFW to do it. Maybe WWE will sponsor us since they steal all my fucking booking ideas, so... Whatever. Hey,
if I can do it, being as broke as I was when I went, I think we can manage.
God. Well, we'll see. We'll see what next year rolls around. Maybe it's time to save right now for it. We'll see. Okay, so WrestleMania next year, WrestleMania 38, Dallas, Texas. We booked the matches. We only did title matches and the Battle Royals because we're going to just ignore the whole other matches that could go on. So, let's start with the Battle Royals. Who won your women's Battle Royal? Who won your Andre the Giant Battle Royal?
For the women's Battle Royal, I picked Raquel Gonzalez.
Yes.
And then for the Andre Battle Royal, I picked Walter.
Okay. All right. And I like Raquel. I'm actually glad Raquel won the NXT Women's title because I know I've mentioned it on the show several times. I could see her being like the next like China of the WWE.
Yeah.
As a powerhouse. And I did like I think it was on NXT following WrestleMania where they had Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, and Raquel Gonzalez all in the ring at the same time.
It was amazing. You know what? Being a female and being a huge wrestling fan and been following it for so long, that whole week in women's wrestling was just historic.
Yeah.
I loved every moment of it. Between Bianca winning the title and Rhea winning the title, then Raquel getting her shot at the NXT Championship, it was just... I was not expecting it, but I'm beyond happy that it happened.
Yeah, me too. I think it was definitely deserved for Rhea to finally hit the main roster, win that championship. The fact that her last WrestleMania appearance, she lost the title, and now she just gained back not the same title, but a new title. Bianca Belair busting her ass, winning the Royal Rumble, putting on one hell of a match with Sasha to win that title, and the fact that they did it in front of fans, which is really cool too. And
you could just see in the wrestlers, just in their face and their expressions, how important it was that there was fans there and how different it felt in the past year.
Absolutely. So that was really cool. I got Sasha winning the women's battle royal, and I got Omos winning the Andre the battle royal. Women's battle royal, obviously, when it first came out, it was the Fabulous Moolah battle royal. Now, because of controversy with Fabulous Moolah and her history, they obviously didn't go that way because candy bars weren't going to fucking help out WWE, apparently. So, what other women could they rename the Battle Royal after? I know. That's what X-Pac said in his Hall of Fame. I think that'd be pretty cool to do. Alundra Blaze wouldn't be bad either.
Yeah. I mean, there's a few potential candidates for that, I would
right?
say.
Like Kelly.
Okay.
Okay. Pick a championship and we'll go from there. We'll just swap back and forth. Which championship do you want to do first?
I don't care.
Literally pick one. Like there's 9 of them.
Women's tag. I don't know.
All right, women's tag. Cool. So I thought that it would be nice for the women's tag team match to be Natalya and Tamina versus the Riot Squad. What about you?
What a convenient answer. No, I put that as well. But not just because, I honestly would have loved to see Tamina and Natalya win at WrestleMania. I think both of those girls deserve something more than what they've been given.
I do.
And I'm over Nia and Shayna.
Yeah, I do believe Tamina needs a title before her career is done. She's been WWE for damn close to a decade. I like that her and Natalya are together because they are the longest mainstays at WWE currently in the women's division.
And being second-generation
wrestlers.
Yeah,
so I think it'd be cool for them to win the tag titles and maybe defend them against a younger talent like the Riot Squad. Because there's, other than like the Riot Squad or like obviously Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke together, there's not a lot of tag teams in the women's division. They kind of just get all thrown together.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, you see a lot of women tag teams down in NXT, but as soon as they come up, they get split. Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville. You know, it's goofy that keeps fucking happening.
Yeah, see, I would have liked to see, obviously, Raquel and Dakota come up, but with Raquel being the women's champion, I don't know where that's going to go either.
Io Shirai could come up with Asuka and they could be Kabuki Warriors
Part
2.0.
2.
Yeah. Okay, let's stick with tag teams then. So SmackDown Tag Team Championships, who do you have?
Rey and Dominic, and I put New Day, but them being on Raw right now, I don't know, but I put New Day or Street Profits, also knowing that there's not very many tag teams out there right now.
What a coincidence. I also put Rey Mysterio and Dominic versus the Street Profits. You monster. How much of my shit did you steal?
I just did my own shit.
I don't believe you.
We just great minds think alike.
That's true. A lot of our pay-per-view battles and stuff, we kind of just predict the same shit.
It always comes down to like one or two matches.
Yeah. But no, I think it'd be pretty cool for WWE to have, because I don't recall them ever having a father-son tag team championship.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Champion team.
You know, they brought Dominic up, and they had that really big feud with Seth and everything, and then after all that ended, it kind of just...
Mm-hmm.
They just kind of faded a little.
Yep.
Which is sad. I don't know why they would.
Yeah. Well, especially Murphy was I love Murphy. Great wrestler in the ring. But yeah, he didn't do anything. Like a couple weeks ago on SmackDown, he went up to Seth and asked, if you need my help, I'm here. It's like, are you really fucking crawling back to him? Like, come on now. But which title do you want to do next?
Raw.
Cool. Viking Raiders versus New Day.
I put Miz and Morrison versus Viking Raiders.
Yeah. Now the Viking Raiders are officially back now, right?
Yeah, I think Raw after Mania, I think they can.
Yeah. Cool. So yeah, I would love to see them kind of pick up where they left off.
They were Raw Tag Team Champions at one point.
Yep.
But I don't really think they were pushed as well as they could have been. I think they just kind of put him on them, and they didn't really know what else to do.
Yeah, well, I'm also not a big fan of the whole Viking Raiders thing. I'd rather them stay War Raiders or whatever the hell they were.
I mean, it's different though. I mean, there's no other really gimmicks like that. Yeah, you got to be original.
That's true. I mean, I guess I could see it in that sense. I am glad that I think it was Ivar that was injured. Ivar came back, and now they're able to kind of pick back up and get maybe tag team wrestling going again. Mm-hmm. And obviously, I think New Day would be a great team against for them to face. U.S. Championship. Who you got?
Just given who's on Raw right now, I thought it would be pretty cool to see Keith Lee versus Damian Priest. Both being brought up from NXT, being ex-North American champions. I think it would be cool to see that.
Yeah. I went with, it's funny because that's my Intercontinental match.
Oh, is it really?
It is.
Same thing?
Damian Priest versus Keith Lee. What? For US, though, I went with Murphy and Kevin Owens. I'm hoping Murphy does get a chance to kind of get back on TV, and I wouldn't mind Kevin Owens being a champion again.
I was even thinking about throwing Ali or Mustafa Ali in there, but they're breaking up Retribution now, and I have no idea what the fuck's going on with that. So I just
no, I get it. And obviously, in order for this to happen, Murphy and Kevin Owens would either have to go to Raw, or the U.S. title would have to go to SmackDown. So
I think Kevin Owens should have had another run as.
I would love for him to be Roman.
They put on great matches together.
Yeah. What do you want to do next?
Roman.
What title do you want to do next?
IC.
Cool. Yeah, like I said, I picked Priest and Keith Lee to do that. Both great competitors. I'm not the best fan.
Did they wrestle each other in NXT?
I think there was a triple threat match that they did, but I think I get Keith Lee mixed up with Killian Dane. I remember going to War Games, and I remember like Killian Dane.
Was it with Johnny Gargano in them too? Maybe.
See, I can't remember.
I don't remember.
I want to say I had to do something with the NXT Championship, but I really can't remember. But again, either both of them will have to end up on SmackDown, and the guys' title have to head over to Raw. But not a huge fan of Damian Priest.
I don't like his look.
I don't like his gimmick. I don't like the whole shooting the arrow into the screen and his name showing up. Great competitor, though.
Trying to be like a Shawn Michaels ripoff with his weird vest.
Yeah. Yes, he is. Keith Lee, hopefully coming back will, impress him a little bit more than he did previous. And we know he could go. I wish he grows his beard back. He looks kind of weird, clean shaved. But two guys I think would have a good Intercontinental Championship match.
For my IC match, I picked Aleister Black because he's making his return, and that's obviously something I would have liked to see even in the past.
Is he keeping the eye patch?
I don't know. I don't think so.
God, I hope not. That's so goofy.
And then Seth Rollins. You can't have a WrestleMania without Seth.
Yeah, Seth is. Yeah, he's.
In my opinion, the first night of WrestleMania, I think Seth and Cesaro, and then Bianca and Sasha, 2 matches of the night.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, Cesaro and Rollins was my favorite match from pretty much the whole WrestleMania. It was
really good.
Like when
it kept you on your toes.
Yeah, like when you can sit there and take a match, like it's going to be good, but when it becomes great, then it's kind of like you don't need anything else. But Sasha and Bianca, I did like their match too. It was pretty good. Yeah. SmackDown Women's Championship match.
SmackDown Women's Championship?
Yeah.
Okay, hear me out.
No, I'm here.
Okay, so
I am here.
No, this is just me thinking something that WWE would do.
Yeah.
This is not something that I would necessarily like to see.
Yep.
But something I could see happening.
Yeah, you're really selling this.
Well, because I know you're gonna laugh at me.
I know. I just looked at the paper and I remember, like, my God.
So you know how they had that whole stupid, like, promo with Nikki and Bayley at Mania? Yep. I wouldn't be surprised if down the line Bayley gets the championship back and then Nikki decides to make a return.
I can see it. And kind of Goldberger.
I mean, the Bellas talked about making a return even before the Hall of Fame, which is stupid. I don't know why you'd put them in the Hall of Fame if they plan on coming back.
Yep.
But if she does come back, I could see that being a potential match.
Did you watch the Hall of Fame?
Did I watch the Hall of Fame? No, not fully. I mean, I saw, like, the highlights of it. But no, I did not watch it.
Not a big fan of the inductee, or like...
no one, like, inducted them?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's just had the host come out, shoot the, do the video package, and then the Hall of Famer came out, yeah.
That's dumb.
Yeah, it is.
I think having an inductee makes it more meaningful to the Hall of Famer.
Yeah, now, and the only thing I can say in their defense of it all is that they were inducting 2 different classes in one show, so they probably had to, like, speed it along, but it still kind of sucked.
Well, that's probably why they didn't have as many inductees this year.
Yeah, that's true. It's also goofy that they had 2 different Warrior Awards, 2 different legend, like,
celebrity.
Yeah, it's so corny. My SmackDown, I went with Bayley and Becky Lynch, because I think Bayley's actually facing Bianca. That's another thing too. Backlash this year.
Why is it WrestleMania?
Yeah,
Why? Why?
It's so dumb.
2 days of WrestleMania wasn't enough,
right? Like we need another one a month from now.
Oh, and WrestleMania SmackDown before WrestleMania. Why?
It's so dumb.
Why are you doing this?
I just when I heard because like I didn't get a chance to watch Raw right away. I had to work that night, so I did check out the top 10 Raw highlights brought to you by Snapchat. And I saw Braun Strowman win, and I hear fucking Corey Graves go, Braun Strowman's going to WrestleMania Backlash. I'm like, oh, did he just goof and fucking say WrestleMania?
No, that's a
But
real
I fucking
thing.
Googled it.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, it's called WrestleMania Backlash. The only thing I can assume is they really like the fucking pirate flag logo. They just want to roll with it.
They just can't get rid of it.
Yeah. But, yeah, I saw Bayley versus Becky Lynch for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Becky, I'm sure, is going to make her return soon. And we all know WWE likes to put husbands and wives together. So I don't see Seth really leaving SmackDown. So I see Becky going back. Pretty much because she was the first woman draftee in the SmackDown Raw draft when they did it. She was the first SmackDown Women's Champion. So why not go back to where it all began? The beginning of the man and all.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that. But her leaving the way she did, just kind of vacating or giving the title to Asuka.
Yeah.
And her never really getting her matches that were supposed to happen. I don't know, Raw or SmackDown. I mean, I really don't know.
Yeah. Well, think about realistically, which one has more prestige to it, Raw or SmackDown's championship?
I would say Raw.
See, I would see neither. I would say they're both the same thing. It's like, I mean, like, it's almost like WWE Universal. They're both considered like the top championship. I guess like some people could probably prefer WWE over Universal because of the history and the legacy that it holds. But when you look at Raw Women's Championship and SmackDown Women's Championship, like none of them is the Women's Championship, and then there's an addition. It's not like a WWE Women's Championship and then like a Women's Galaxy Championship.
Yeah, I feel like, well, I don't know. I mean, I understand why they wanted to make it two separate titles. But I think it would have been more meaningful if there was only one. Just like I don't understand why they had to create the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships. Why not
I'm so happy they did that.
Why not just have the women's tag titles go on 3 brands?
They're supposed to, and then they never did. I think the women's tag team titles have been defended on NXT maybe twice. I'm glad that NXT has their own women's tag team titles.
Yeah, but now they're just throwing people together. The only people that I would have liked to see as the tag team champions in NXT were Raquel and Dakota.
Think about this though. All tag teams, like these popular tag teams, were just kind of thrown together.
Not all of them, but some of them.
Road Dogg and Billy Gunn. The Dudley Boys. The Outsiders.
Excuse me.
It's in my mouth. Ugh. Yeah, but I mean, it's like sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. I'm not a big fan of Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart being women's tag team champions right out of the gate. If they were put together, established as a tag team, and then won, I'm fine with that. But the fact that Gonzalez and Dakota Kai were already a team and they lost.
Literally got the titles handed to them and then lost the same night.
Yeah.
Completely stupid and useless.
Yeah,
why even bother with that?
Yeah, not a fan. Raw Women's.
Didn't you already say yours?
No, I did SmackDown's.
Oh.
Bayley and Becky Lynch.
Oh, okay. We got talking about the women's title, so I just got a little bit lost.
Oh, yeah. Well, normally this is where you would say, I would say, what title you want to do next? I know you're just going to pick the Raw Women's, so.
Well, there's only 3 left.
I know.
Okay, so.
You have an attitude, kid. God damn, you go to Florida and now you're all entitled and shit? Calm the fuck down.
I'm calm as a cucumber.
God.
Or cool as a cucumber, however that saying goes.
Remember who the host is. Fuck.
Yeah, that's why you try to get me to say everything.
I want you. I just want. For once, I want you just to say the intro.
It wouldn't be like you do it. I would have my own twist to it.
God.
So if you let me create my own intro, then I'll do it.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
I bet it sucks.
And that's why I don't do anything.
But yeah, create your own intro. Let me hear it. I'll Dizzle J create his own intro too. We'll see how it goes. Anyways, okay, so Raw Women's Championship. I have Charlotte and Shayna Baszler.
I put triple threat, actually. I put Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte versus Becky Lynch. So Rhea winning the Raw Championship and Charlotte getting kind of thrown out from that match and her coming back, obviously wanting that back.
Yeah.
And then Becky obviously never really fairly losing the championship. I could see her wanting that shot as well. So I would think that would be a very good match. 3 very good wrestlers.
Would a fatal four-way between Bayley, Sasha, Becky, and Charlotte ever be good? Or would it just be too much?
I mean, they did 3 out of the 4.
Yeah. Well, just like when you look at like WrestleMania 2000, when you had Triple H, Big Show, Mankind, and The Rock, 4 big guys in a like fatal 4-way. Like it kind of seems very similar, like in the women's perspective. Like those are the top 4 women.
Yeah, and also, I mean, them working together so often and knowing each other so well, I don't know.
Does the women's division need a faction? And should it be the 4 Horsewomen?
I don't know.
Right? It should. The answer is yes. It absolutely should. They need a faction, and it needs to be the 4 Horsewomen. And they need to all be heels, and they need to tear apart that fucking division. I think it'd be awesome. It'd just be like the 4 Horsemen in the NWA.
I mean, yeah.
Fuck yeah, yeah.
But then you take the 4 top women, and then they just beat it, like run through everyone else.
It would just be like
it would just make everyone else look like jobbers.
You still get other people over. You know, they're heels. You know, they cheat to win. You know, they like fucking like what the hell is that called? What the hell is that term? It's the mob warfare. What the fuck it's called? Like where you jump people and shit like that. You still get other people over because of the sympathy aspect, but you still get people like Naomi and Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, you know, Natalya, Tamina. They still get over because they're standing up to the team and fighting. You know, this is another way to show, you know, their 4 dominance against the division, where they say like we belong on top, and you have all these people who are like fighting to be on top. And they bring up the younger people, you know, like fucking Rhea Ripley, Toni Storm, Raquel Gonzalez, Dakota Kai, Io Shirai. You know, you got Asuka. You know, they're all, you know, now it's 4 against all of them. You know, and then you get more wrestlers on the show when you have to do 4-on-4s. You know, tag teams and shit like that. Trust me, because then you can have a Raw Women's Champion. You can have like, okay, do this.
Raw, SmackDown, and then
the
Women's tag.
Yeah, who has what title? Humor me.
You know, I don't know.
I would put Charlotte as Raw, Becky as SmackDown, and then Bayley and Sasha as tag team.
But Bayley and Sasha have already been, and they kind of already did that whole breakup thing.
They're a great tag team. So what? Teams get back together. Look at Triple H and Shawn Michaels. They brought DX back after Triple H beat the shit out of him back in like 2003. It happens. Then they're established tag teams, so they can hold the tag team titles. Why Charlotte and Becky hold the 2 women titles?
I mean, that would probably make most sense.
It would make great sense. That's why I'm a great booker. That's why I'd be a great SCW president. Which, by the way, I still have yet to hear from Sentinel and get my apology. So, you coward. Please send me my apology. I told you. I told him exactly how I wanted. I wanted a video apology sent to me on Facebook. And I have yet to receive it. In fact, I never got a response about the 6-minute rant I went on from the last episode. So, coward, still waiting.
On that note.
Yeah. No, we got some SCW stuff to talk about, but I want to get through this first. WWE Championship. I went with Drew McIntyre versus The Fiend. 2 top guys who I don't really think had a great match one-on-one together that I think would really be good at WrestleMania next year.
Yeah, I mean, you're right about that, but
yeah, I'm right.
I don't know. I don't see how that matchup would come about.
Why wouldn't it come about?
I mean, isn't The Fiend technically face now?
He could win WrestleMania. He could win the Royal Rumble. Yeah.
I was still really interested to see how this whole thing goes with him and Alexa Bliss.
I don't like the fact that they just gave his gimmick to her.
Basically.
Like now she has Alexa's play place or playground, and there's a fucking animal now. They literally just hey Fiend, you really got this character over. We're gonna go and give it to Alexa now.
Yeah, I have no idea what was going on with that. I was so
If this doesn't end in a Fiend versus Alexa Bliss singles match where she holds her own, then it's a fucking waste. It's a complete fucking wash.
I don't think that... First of all, I was surprised that match opened that show. Randy and Fiend. And then second, I think it was not nearly as long as it should have been.
Yeah. I agree. I think that would have been more of like, later on in the episode, or maybe I think it'd be better if it was like, I just wasn't.
It just doesn't make sense to me.
The finish didn't make sense. The fact that Randy won didn't make sense.
After Alexa did all those mind games with Randy, building it for the Fiend's return, and then for her to turn on him, it makes no sense to me.
It's it's goofy. WWE Championship, who do you have?
I put Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus, because that is, well, first of all, we know that those two can tear the house down in a match. I would have loved to see Sheamus included in that WWE Championship match, but he lost that match for that opportunity. But I would have liked to see them two.
Are you a fan of triple threat matches?
Depends on who's in it.
Okay.
With the right people, yes.
Gotcha. I'm not.
I know.
I hope so. All right. Let's hear you out on your Universal Championship.
What? You go first.
Okay. I went with Seth Rollins versus Cesaro. I think Cesaro deserves an opportunity at championship. I think Seth could reclaim the title some point. I see Seth going into WrestleMania as champion and Cesaro winning it from him. I don't know who else Roman could really face from here to the end of the year that would mean as much if he was to go up against Seth. Now, the only problem with that is obviously heel versus heel, and WWE doesn't do that. But you can easily turn Seth into a face. It's not that hard. So, now defend your shit.
What?
Now after what? Go ahead. Do it.
Roman being champion for as long as he's been champion now, and him just plowing through everybody for absolutely no reason, and having his cousin basically cheat to win his matches for him, and having Paul Heyman there and everything. The only thing that makes sense to me, which is what I would have loved to see that return at WrestleMania, was, no, I'm not a Brock Lesnar fan, but Brock is the one option to be like, I'm coming back and I want my shit back.
Yeah.
And, I know that the match has happened multiple times, but it's the only thing that I can really see. I mean, you threw Edge in there, you threw Daniel Bryan in there, Kevin Owens. How many other people has he already beaten the past almost year?
Yeah. No, it makes sense. I agree with it.
Like I said, I'm not a Brock Lesnar fan, but it's the only thing that I could really see that makes sense with Roman losing.
Gotcha.
Because who else is really gonna come in to beat Roman?
Well, the one thing I do like that WWE is doing is that they're making Roman beatable, just not being beat. Like tapping out to Daniel Bryan. Like he could have lost to Kevin Owens if, Kevin wasn't, attacked by Uso. So they make him beatable. They just don't beat him. So that's one thing I do like. They're not making him indestructible like, they tried to do with Braun at the very beginning.
Well, they kind of are, though, because it's like no matter what, they make sure that he freaking wins.
Well, yeah, but if the stars align and the ref is conscious and Jay isn't in the picture, it shows that somebody
Jay's never not in the picture.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. They're doing it to where it shows that somebody like Daniel Bryan, his size and stature, could beat Roman. It's possible. That's what they're doing. They're giving the idea that it is possible without the things like there's no way. It's like when AJ faced Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series in 2016 or something like that. Obviously Brock was gonna go over. He's a fucking monster, but AJ held up his own. It's like Finn Balor the following year. It's doable. They make him beat a bull, just not beaten. So, okay, let's talk about SCW since we got through that. Before we do, did you have a chance to check out the brand new t-shirt on tpublic.com?
Which one?
The Fuck Your Feelings shirt? Or Fuck Your Booking shirt?
Yes.
How awesome is that shirt? That's a great fucking shirt.
You showed that to me before you released it, bruh.
No, I didn't show anyone. It was a surprise. That's why I told everyone at least.
Well.
I absolutely love this shirt. And if you guys haven't had a chance to check out that shirt, you could check it out yourself by going to tpublic.com and searching JFW right there on the site. It'll bring you to all of our shirts that are available, such as actually this shirt has come down. The Travis C. Dizzle J 2020 shirt's all over. It's a new year.
It's been a new year.
I know.
I thought you were getting rid of that a while ago.
It's just such a good shirt.
Okay, just change it to 21 then.
No, but yeah, that doesn't make sense. I did change it to 24, but now you're here. I can't put Travis Dizzle J and Dally 2024. There's not 2 vice presidents. But go to tpublic.com, search JFW, pull up our store, which is our FreakNet Studio store, and you can see all our amazing shirts we have there, such as the brand new Fuck Your Booking shirt, the JFW logo shirt, both the old and new, the Freak World Order shirt is also available, as well as the Extreme Outcast Dally shirt.
What's that?
What's what?
Is that new?
Which one?
The one in the middle.
This?
Yeah.
Hashtag F Steve?
Yeah.
No, we've had that shirt for years.
Really?
Yeah, that's when Steve was a jagoff. But now he came around to realize how awesome we are and he wanted to be our friends. So I'll still leave it up there. But yeah, no, hashtag F Steve has been there for a while. It's 33% Dizzle J shirts also there. Freaking, my second favorite F word. And then you see Freak like it's a bad thing. All are available there at TeePublic. Maybe one day Travis will have a shirt too. As soon as I'm not too fucking hung up on my own shit. But yeah, check it out again. tpublic.com, TEEPUBLAC.com. Search JFW. Pull up the FreakNet Studios store and buy our merch. Just do it. Do it. Guys, longtime friends of the show, Phoenix Pro Wrestling is having a show on June 12th. Out in Holman, Wisconsin, and one of my contacts from PPW. Sentinel. Take notes from what I'm about to say. PPW.
Like he's listening.
Yeah, he better fucking listen. PPW is sending me out a amazing care package that they would like me to share with you, the listeners of the show. So as soon as that comes in and I see what's in there, we're going to do some giveaways and give away some awesome PPW merch and possibly even tickets to their show. You can find them at Phoenix Pro Wrestling on Facebook. Again, the show is June 12th in Holman, Wisconsin. Tickets are $10 at the door. Kids 12 and under are $5, and then under 5 is free. Doors open at 6:30. Bill time's at 7. Adam Cage will be at that show.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. He's going to be making his debut there. Some other SCW SCW wrestlers that have been in PPW was Angus McDuff, Natasha Crane. I believe that's somebody from... Who is that? Who's
Excalibur?
Excalibur, there we go. Yeah. Actually, somebody else I've noticed was at PPW that used to be at SCW, but I can't talk about him because I don't think I'm allowed to.
You can just say it.
Nah, I'll say it later. I'll say it off audio. I don't want the powers to be at SCW to be all pissy because I fucking talked about this guy. But anyways, Sentinel, PPW sends me shit. Where's my shit from you? God, I hate that command. Anyways, let's talk about SCW. Do you have the match card for May 15th?
No.
Of course Sentinel didn't give you that. Why would he? Good man. Good man. I feel like your involvement in this show may ruin your involvement at SCW. And I hope that's not the case. I hope he doesn't fire you because of me. Because now I'm worried about you.
Yeah, I can hold my own.
Yeah. But no, May 15th is the next SCW show. It's in Shabantz.
Mm-hmm.
And then hopefully we do get a match card for it come up so we can talk about it on the show. I did not get a chance to go to last month's show, but I did get the footage from last month's show. So I'm going to hopefully get a chance to actually sit down, watch all that, so we can do our SCW roundtable here in a couple weeks to where we can not only talk about last month, but we can also talk about the upcoming show as well. Kind of like a twofer, if you will. But I did get a chance to hear about some of the amazing things that happened at the last show. Thanks to Dizzle J being there and kind of checking it out, keeping me updated. JPH winning the SCW Heavyweight Championships. So congratulations to him. Terry, Terry, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Terry showed up, threw his hat in the ring to be the SCW president. What a fucking joke. Again, another old timer trying to take something away from me.
Okay, would you rather have someone who knows what he's doing or some random dude like John Hurt?
I'd rather have me.
Well, duh.
So answer yes. I would rather have someone who knows what they're doing. Granted, maybe I never was a president of a fucking wrestling company, but I've been booking shit on this show that's been showing up on fucking Raw and SmackDown for years. I just know shit. I'm good at things like this. Point made.
I'm just glad you can't brag about Max anymore.
Max is gonna win again.
What?
He'll win again. He'll be champion again. Listen, okay, how many other 3-time SCW Heavyweight champions are there? There's not. There's only one. How many of those said champions have held the title for over 400 days? None. Max Holiday is SCW. They should be happy that they had an opportunity.
That's not even relevant.
You said Max. You're talking about Holiday, right? You're not talking about Blaylock, right?
No,
okay, good. I'm just saying I don't want to talk about Genetti's here on the fucking show.
What I'm saying is, okay, yeah, he might have been the longest reigning, but because of the pandemic and how many months without even running a show and defending the title, is that really even relevant?
Yeah, 100% is. 100% relevant. Absolutely. Why wouldn't it be? They could have stripped him of the title and said, hey, listen.
Okay, Elite Pain's probably obviously, they're the longest reigning
team
champions.
They are, 100%. Paloma Star's the longest reigning SCW Women's Championship, too. Let's not forget about her. Same thing with Jake Andrews. Wait, who had it longer? Him or Bayne X? Bayne X held for a while, too.
I don't think it was as long as Jake did, though.
No. Pandemic's help. Not everything bad came out of the fucking pandemic. He gave us a great 3-time heavyweight champion, Max Holiday, on top for over 400 days. So, hey, be happy. The fact that the company you work for was carried on the back of the fucking bearded bruiser, Max Holiday. Anyways, you wanted to do some guesstimates on SCW champions that are going to be. You said. I'm fucking lost.
Okay, so after Travis came up with the wonderful idea of dream booking next year's WrestleMania.
Because I'm a genius.
I thought in my head, why not just throw in, maybe take a guesstimate at who you think would be Southland's Championship Wrestling champions going into 2022.
See, even I can't even say it right. It's goofy. But yeah, we're going to talk about who do you think by the end of 2021 is going to be the SCW Heavyweight Champion, the Genesis Champion, Tag Champion, and Women's Champion. So, go ahead. You go first.
Are we doing one at a time or just
just do your whole list. I also noticed that we have the same woman fucking listed. That's awesome.
Of course we do.
What a thief.
I had this list started before you even started writing.
Way to steal my booking.
Shut up.
Anyways, go ahead. Yeah, you do your whole list first. Tell me why, and then I'll do mine.
Okay, so Women's Champion, I put Angel.
Okay.
Genesis Champion, I put Adam Cage.
Deserving.
Very really deserving.
Really deserving.
And Heavyweight Championship. I would like to see Ivan Manson have a run. He hasn't been SCW Heavyweight Champion yet. He has had a tag title run.
Yeah.
But as he's said on previous interviews and podcasts, he doesn't know how much longer he's going to be around.
Said it here on JFW.
Yeah, okay. You get the point.
Not other fucking podcasts. This one.
Okay, yeah.
You actually said it on an SCW Roundtable that I do for SCW. Sentinel. But yeah, no, good call. All good calls.
And tag team, I don't have an answer for tag team. I really don't.
It's hard.
There's no one.
That's true.
So will Elite Pain just be indefinite tag team champions?
Probably. I might just retire with them. I think mine turned out. I think my list is pretty good too. So women's, I did go with Angel. I do think I only seen her in one match, and that was against Kendra in the video I just watched before we started recording. And I think that she could have a good match against Paloma, and I think she could actually take the title off Paloma. Now the thing is, I haven't seen Paloma in a while either, so
there hasn't been anyone for her to defend against.
Yep. One other, and
Angel. Also with Angel having Aaron Xavier in her corner.
True. Genesis, I went with Bo Anderson just for the fact that Bulletproof LLC finally needs a win. They need something to kind of get them to the next level that they've kind of been held away from for so long. So I think Bo would be awesome for Genesis. JPH, I think, would be champion at the end of the year, but that's after losing it and gaining it back. Who is he going to lose it to? Not sure yet. Probably Jake Andrews after the Genesis title goes to Bo Anderson.
Why don't you explain your theory about the tag titles here?
I'm going to get there in a minute.
Okay.
I'm going to get there in a minute. JPH and Andrews, I think, are going to have great matches, and I think they need to go up against each other for the SCW title. Get some of the youth in there before Holiday comes back and becomes 4-time SCW Heavyweight Champion. Tag team, I went with Bulletproof LLC, but it's going to be Cage teaming with the newest member of Bulletproof LLC, James Creed. Creed, I think would be a great addition. Give fucking Bulletproof LLC more of that value that they're seeking so much. Plus, Cage and Creed, same fucking person. I could see them as a tag team. I didn't really see Creed and Blaylock as a tag team because Creed doesn't come off as like kind of like that country cowboy-esque fucking gimmick that Blaylock and his dad and shit had. But I do see him more of like that weird tweener who fucking wears eyeliner to school and bitches about how bad his life is. Even though it's not really that bad to begin with, drives around in a Honda Civic listening to like fucking Everlast or some goofy fucking emo bullshit. And that's why I see Cage at. Kind of the same thing. More of like a woe is me, my life. Like a Raven with a blend of like Paige.
Okay.
Makes sense though, right? Like, woe is me, but with like a Paige.
I don't see that out of James Creed at all.
I can see it. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the theme song that he has. It just gives me like that shine down, like kind of like feel to it. And it's just, I'm just like relating it to like the music. It's like we were talking earlier about entrance music. Mm-hmm. Like I was showing you, like when I did backyard wrestling and shit like that, I used Dead Man Walking by Blood Symbol. It's a fucking dark, like heavy metal fucking song. Doesn't represent me, but when I did that, that's how everyone saw it back then. Same thing. I see him more as like I'm trying to figure out the like if somebody would say like what wrestler depicts Green Day? Creed.
I mean, I don't know. I would disagree.
That's fine.
I mean, like, no. Just with like the tag team concept of it. Like, I think they'd
be a great tag team. I'm
not saying they wouldn't be a great team. I'm just saying
they'd be together, meshed.
What I'm saying is Creed is just recently been a singles competitor.
Yeah.
And Cage has only been in tag teams since debuting in SCW.
Yeah.
I think Cage should have a chance as a singles.
Nah.
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 Nah. Why nah?
I think as of right now, SCW needs tag teams. They need younger tag teams.
Okay, yeah, but
Creed has a history. I as far as I know, Creed and Blaylock are still technically ARW tag team champions. So I mean, until somebody tells me wrong on that,
I have no idea.
See,
I think they're probably going to get into detail about all that.
Yeah, because ARW's having a show coming up.
Yeah, May 8th, I believe.
Yeah, fuck yeah. But no, Creed has the experience as a tag team champion. Cage has the experience as a tag team wrestler. I think together they'd be a good tag team. But the thing is, just because they're a tag team doesn't mean they still can't have single runs and shit like that.
But do you really think they would put the fight against Elite Pain and come up on top?
Oh, God, no. God, no, they couldn't be Elite Pain.
Then why did you pick them as tag team champions? If Elite Pain is the reigning champions, someone's gonna have to beat them. You
could have a run in that causes a distraction to an ultimate win. You could do it in a triple threat where they pin the third team. Anything can happen. At least I picked a team, lady. You went unknown. You quit. You gave up.
Cause there's nothing.
You could have picked anybody.
Who?
Could have picked Alliance of Hope.
No.
You could have picked Alliance of Hope. You could have picked Alliance of Hope.
I did I did mention to you earlier about if they were to bring back Max and his partner, Zach.
Yeah.
That's someone I could see putting up a good fight against Elite
Absolutely,
Pain.
100%.
But like I said, they weren't really a tag team in SCW, so would they be booked? I don't know. Who else around here could be brought in that would consistently come to SCW that would take those tag titles from Elite Pain? I mean, Marco Anthony hasn't even been to a show because there hasn't been any tag teams for them to defend their titles against. I don't even really think that's right. What do you feel about the whole thing with Lunatic stepping in for Marco Anthony and them defending that?
Well, that was discussed on the last roundtable, so that was explained to me. I wasn't a big fan of the fact that he stepped in to defend the titles. I don't think that was right, but I think that was just John Hurt's shitty booking. That was all like, well, we gotta do something. Well, this will be okay. Because he doesn't seem like he knows how wrestling works and how titles work. I think it's awesome for the fan perspective to get Lunatic out there in the ring again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. But no, for Lunatic to defend the tag team champion, I think is goofy. And I think that sounds like a John Hurt thing. But the thing is, too, is like, I mean, like, oh, you know what would be great? A great fucking tag team opportunity? All right, JPH loses SCW championship. Fucking Rulers of Wrestling comes back and wins against Elite Pain. JPH and RK Savage, one more go around to win the SCW tag team titles? Come on. Who wouldn't want to see that?
I mean, that would be cool, but I don't think that's possible.
No, obviously not. But I mean, this is all fucking booking.
Yeah,
it's all fucking wishful thinking and shit like that.
I mean, there's a lot of cool things that could be done.
Yeah,
but
that's another thing too. Like, we're only in May. We got 7 more months of this year to go before we get to the end of the year. Now I know, because SCW usually takes a break in June or July. Usually, like 1 month they take off.
I think July.
Okay.
Because we usually, in the past, we have taken off in June because of all the graduations going on and everything. But we actually are running in June, I believe.
Yeah.
So, in July, I'm not sure. I think July might be the month that we take a break.
Maybe. Yeah. So we got 7 months to figure it out. I mean, who knows? Fucking Adam Cage could, get into that Genesis. Because right now we're looking at Jake Andrews being the Genesis champion. He's had a couple good matches against some people. Like I said, I think JPH and him would put on good matches, but you need to get the Genesis title off of him.
Like I said, he's been champion. He's gone through everybody. Now they're just bringing in guys from outside just for him to have a match.
Yeah. So
who's this guy? I don't know.
Cage, Hudson, and Creed, I can see being like future like Genesis champions. Andrews, I can see as a future SCW champion. JPH, I can see. Howard, I can see. Tag teams, it's hard, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I can see Creed. For some reason, when I see Creed, I think he could team with fucking Cage. And it's just something weird about him that, like, every time I see him, it's like, I just think punk rock, and I think, like, like Raven-esque kind of fucking people. I don't know why Creed puts off that aura about him, but he just fucking does. Like, I see, like, a Raven or a fucking, like, I don't know, Sarah Logan, some shit like that. Just like grungy Raven, kind of just Nirvana early 90s. And there's nothing about, like, his character. There's nothing about his, like, his outfits and shit like that. It's just, for some reason, something about him, just, that's what I get. I can't explain it. But I think if he teamed with Cage, I think they could definitely be tag team champions.
All right,
cool. Jeez. Did we cover everything? Is that the show? It looks like it.
You didn't talk about the releases.
Releases of what? Oh, fuck yeah, WWE. Yeah.
You kind of went off topic, but whatever.
Fucking Sentinel does that, right?
I think we should have done all WWE and then ended with SCW, but I'm not gonna lie, I kind of forgot about that too.
Over the course of this year, obviously, WWE has made a lot of releases, such as Samoa Joe, Billie Kay, Peyton Royce, Mickie James, Chelsea Green, Tucker, Kalisto, Bo Dallas, Wesley Blake, Mojo Rawley, Andrade, Big Show, Steve Cutler, and Lars Sullivan. Now, we've seen some of these guys show up other places. We saw the Big Show show up in AEW, signed on as a commentator, also wrestling from time to time. There is rumor and speculation that Samoa Joe, Chelsea Green, and Mickie James are going to appear at Impact Wrestling's next pay-per-view. Peyton Royce and Billy Kay have already trademarked their new out-of-WWE wrestling name, so we can probably see them popping up sometime soon. Lars Sullivan, I can only assume, is going back to porn. Steve Cutler, I don't really know much about him. Andrade, I believe, is also going to Impact Wrestling. I think they already have him booked to take on Alberto El Patron. I think that's already booked. Mojo Rawley, haven't heard anything about. Wesley Blake, haven't heard anything about. Kalisto, I can only assume is maybe going to possibly AEW just because of the high-flying aspect of a lot of the wrestlers. Tucker, I haven't heard much about, and that's about it. What's your thought about the list?
I think my biggest surprises were Samoa Joe and Andrade. Mickie James, I love Mickie, but she was misused. She was one that probably should have had another championship run before retiring. And I thought that's where they were going with it when she came back, but obviously that didn't happen. Yeah. So, she might be better off that way, honestly.
Yeah. Andrade, Samoa Joe, I agree with. Peyton Royce, I'd also throw in there, too. She just had that match not too long ago with Asuka on Raw. I thought the whole reason of splitting them up was to give her that push. So, Peyton Royce... I would have...
first of all, I don't even really know why they split them up to begin with. Them being a set tag team.
Yep.
Since their debut.
Yeah. Now, I can see Peyton going to AEW because that's where Shawn Spears is at.
Mm-hmm.
Billy Kay, I could probably see her going to AEW too. But if you look at Samoa Joe, Impact, AEW, Billy Kay, AEW, Peyton Royce, AEW, Mickie James, Impact, Chelsea Green, Impact, Tucker, I don't see either company picking him up just because I don't think he got much of a go at it. Kalisto, I can see AEW. Bo Dallas, I can see AEW.
I didn't even know Bo Dallas was still signed.
Yeah, he hasn't been on TV since B Team.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I didn't know he was still signed.
Yeah. Wesley Blake, I don't see really anywhere. Mojo Rawley.
Wesley Blake, that was Murphy's ex-partner, right?
Yeah. Yeah, which I believe Blake and Murphy tried to get a team back together in NXT, and they said no. Mojo, I don't see going anywhere. Andrade, I believe, is going to Impact. Big Show's obviously in AEW. Cutler was part of the Forgotten Sons, which is weird because the Forgotten Sons fell apart because of one guy's Twitter post, and he's the only guy who's still in the company. And then obviously Lars Sullivan, who knows?
I never liked him anyways.
He just had too many panic attacks. And too many fucking, issues outside the ring.
He reminded me of Snitsky.
Yes. I think that's what they're trying to do.
I don't know, They when he first came around to, debut, they, tried to put him over as, the Ryback, where he just plows through everybody and just, they were bringing jobbers and everything. And then he was off TV, and then he came back.
Yeah.
And now he's released.
Thank God.
I don't know, I just hate when they do that. When they have such high hopes for someone and push them so hard and then...
Mm-hmm. No, I agree. I think they try to give it a couple weeks, it's not working, fuck it. Not a big fan of it. But guys, make sure you follow us on social media, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, just by searching Just Freaking Wrestling, the JFW Podcast. The JFW Podcast. Just Freaking Wrestling.
Not just whatever that
Just Fans Wrestling? I don't know if they're even a fucking thing anymore. I hope I buried the fuck out of them. You can find our show every single week on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, Verbal now, and just go on to your little Alexa dot thingy and say, Alexa, play JFW Podcast, and it'll play the most recent episode for you. So, Dizzle J, go ahead.
Dizzle J what?
Dizzle J is going to post the match of the week this coming Saturday. I'm not sure what it is, so I don't get to mention that. And what were you going to say?
I was just going to ask you if there's anything you felt like you wanted to talk about. Or anything you wanted to get off your chest. Or mention, or whatever. Because usually you just have a lot to talk about, so I'm just asking.
No, I as of right now, everything kind of seems like steady. I'm happy with what wrestling's doing. Obviously, Karrion Kross is NXT champion, so I love that. But I mean, I got a lot vented off on the last episode about Sentinel and SCW. Again, I'm not a huge fan that Terry is now in the talks to be president. When again, I'm not even offered that, even just the slightest. But hey, it's cool. I mean, why not? You know, I'm just the lonely old podcast that plugs the fucking company every single episode. But hey, whatever. You know, it's cool.
Yeah, it's hard. Like, I obviously was in Florida for the last show.
Yeah.
But I did watch it on pay-per-view. Yeah. Something about the stream cut off a little bit, so there was some parts that I missed that I did have to verify with other Southland people about what was said, what was going on, and what the plan was, because obviously, you know, you gotta love technology.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, I don't know. I feel like, you know, Terry could be a great addition. You know, I mean, like I said before to you, I would rather have someone that has experience, knows what he's doing, and has the brains for it. Obviously, I don't think John does.
No. I'd rather have somebody who didn't just hand people championships in the middle of a battle royal, but whatever.
I mean, you know, yeah, but that's long over
did
with.
It. He literally just handed a title over to Hunter Payne. So cool.
No. Okay, but who beat Hunter for the title then?
Holiday.
Exactly. So why are you complaining?
Because he was just handed the title. I mean, in reality.
And Max cheated to win how many times?
At least he got the pinfall. He took the win. But no, it's cool. No, it's fine. You know, Hunter's the, I guess I can't even call him the Southland ass kicker anymore, right? Because he's all PG and shit now. So, Southland butt kicker. Cool. No, it's just, I mean, it's cool. Whatever SCW wants to do, if they feel that they need to get in bed with somebody like Terry, I mean, that's all well and good. The secretive thing's kind of like, sketchy and weird, but hey, you know, who am I to judge? It's not my place. SCW's going to do what they want to do. I mean, their track record of recent presidents like John Hurt and Sentinel and Keith really shows that they care, you know, about the business, you know. So hey, cool, good for them. You know, good luck.
Are you going to be at the next show, or do you work?
I work because again, I believe Sentinel did that on purpose. Sentinel knows that I can't make shows on the third week of the month, and he goes ahead and schedules another show for the third week of the month. So good job on you for keeping me away from the shows. Appreciate that. That's all I got.
It's okay, I'll keep you updated. I'll be there, hopefully.
I appreciate that. You want to say time to ring the bell on this episode? That's all I got.
Time to ring the bell on this episode.
Perfect! As always, I am Trusty.
I'm Dally.
And thank you for listening to our episode Just Regressing the JFW Podcast.
Peace.